привет, ребят! Всем добрый вечер, всем здравствуйте! Так, вампур! Вампур! Такая музыка, да? Такую скрипку убрали. До меня сейчас что-то только дошло, что мы вчера на боссе первом остановились. Мне так-то не хочется в подвал спускаться. Пятница, вечер, может посидим, поболтаем, а? Дим, привет! Привет и привет! Я уж все забыла. Ой. Не, мне надо вернуть кол. Он хоть и поглощает кровь, но он ее поглощает в таких мизерных, таких. О тебе, о прекрасном. Я тебя поняла? Давай лучше поговорим обо мне. Обо мне, о прекрасном. Ла-ла-ла-ла-ла-ла-ла. Красивая такая, класс. Ой, ну что началось-то? Умылась. Так, а где я первую завалила? Я что-то его так с легкостью завалила. Дениска наш сегодня поехал на охоту.
It's locked.
It's locked. Locked. Знаю, закрыто. Прикиньте, что я знаю, а? Видали? кости, руки. Руки, кости. А че он туда рвался? А туда не пойду. Да, охотник. На мамонта пошел. Не на мамонта, на уток, на кого? Я вообще без понятия. Я пошел и пошел, все. Че? Допытываться, что ли, буду? Может, к уточкам пошел, кто его знает. Так, здесь я все обследовал, мне кажется, да? Чаек. Я не пойду в подвал. Ну, давайте поболтаем о прекрасном Алёшке. Алексей Прекрасный, как у вас дела? Как Редмонд? А? Может, ты нам расскажешь? Покажешь? Там все дела? Как оно? Я знаю, что меня сейчас там убьют просто. Не хочу, не пойду, не буду. Об уточках-то? Не, ну я просто знаю, где резать. Так что я, знаешь, я не переживаю. Ну. Правильно, умничка. Come on, everybody now. Лена, ну в конце концов. За мной гонятся вампиры! А вы знаете, почему Джон Доу? Что такое Джон Доу? Так, нанесла удар, отошла. 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 Понимаете, этот чел 7-го уровня. Что там будет дальше? Алло. Оу. G.SKILL совсем безумный. Не знаю, долго ли я протяну, если не стану сильнее. Потому что могу. Средство от переутомления. Так. Я тебя понял. Вон оно чё. А не то, что я вампур. 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 Палату и отдать Дороти Крейн. Я вампур. Вампур. Чего вы делаете? Правда, на кнопку мыши перевела эту штуку. Удар. Удар. Маникюром. И все сразу стало хорошечно. Понимаете? Все стало как-то сразу замечательно. Я вампур. Я тебе еще раз говорю. Я принес вам лекарство. где мне эту Дороти искать? Неизвестно. О! Здравствуйте, тетенька. Наконец-то вы вернулись, доктор. Вам удалось что-нибудь отыскать? Да, сестра. Короче, я клёвый.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Я, говорит, чему-то их там научу.
When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seems pressing.
Зайти. Вас искал. Заболевание снижает качество крови горожан. Снабжайте их соответствующими лекарствами. Поговорите с пациентом рядом с Дороти и узнайте о его состоянии здоровья. Давай поговорим. Здорово, мужик.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
Good evening, sir.
May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
Спор о его лечении.
Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
Я
I'm Harvey
вампир.
Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Все недоступно.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to
Который
work.
хочет вылечить руку, чтобы вернуться к своей
I was more
работе и семье.
curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one
Саня,
too.
привет!
But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Ага.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it.
Какое слово, да,
I'm afraid
красивое?
we are.
Инфлюенция.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, or flesh and bones.
Где мне подсказки взять? Качество крови.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself lucky, I guess.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right.
А я же могу его загипнотизировать и сожрать, получить 5000 очков опыта. Но у человека семья. А я могу его слупать. Тем самым прокачать своего персонажа. Но у него же семья. А это же средневековая Англия. Хер с ней с семьей, да, я думаю? Микс, привет. А, ладно, выживет.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You down, my boy.
Мне даже пишут: не забывайте, кровь горожан дает много единиц опыта. Ищите тех, чей уровень гипноза меньше и равен вашему, но обязательно обдумывайте свое решение. Не, ну того алкаша я не жалею, что я его убила. Он плохой был человек. я веган.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier.
Тело человека
The more
по-прежнему
we
загадка.
explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
Охренеть бодрит.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at the
Здравствуйте,
serendipitous turn of events.
Вячеслав.
The world's most
Здравствуйте.
eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a
Наш
vampire.
самый престарелый
One might say a
зритель.
gift from heaven.
I'm a dead man. I was murdered. Now I'm a murderer. Tell me how this is a gift.
Forgive me.
Не
I've
хотела
been
бы
an
я быть
admirer of your
вампиром,
work for a
честное
long
слово.
time, and now you
Это
are
кровь
so much
пить.
more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well.
Приму к сведению.
I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my
Матушка
fault.
склероз, Альцгеймер.
Until I
Я
come to
знала,
understand what
что
has happened
скоро
to
это
me, I
случится.
require discretion.
Discretion is in order,
Слава,
Jonathan.
держись. Мы
Lady
с тобой.
Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
Контролирующую
And you would like
информацию. Вы
me
хотите,
to
чтобы я его
deny
устранил,
this
да? Мгм.
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Поговорить с покровительницей больницы. Так. Пойду я в свой кабинет. Какую-нибудь способность разовью. Ой, Блейда вспомнили. Так, что у нас со здоровьем-то? Ой, в моем случае здоровье надо. Стойкость. Каждую ночь вы своими действиями улучшаете или ухудшаете состояние района. Состояние также может ухудшиться из-за распространения болезней. Чем больше вы убиваете, тем опаснее становится район. Если состояние здоровья жителей района окажется ниже критического уровня, он погрузится в хаос. Судьбу района решаете вы. вроде здоровая. Меню горожан. Я хотела посмотреть, а у меня лекарства. Сыворотка регенерации. Моментально восстанавливает 300 единиц здоровья, затем 150 единиц здоровья за 15 секунд. О. Средства от сепсиса, средства от анемии, средства от переутомления. Средства от пневмонии, бронхита, простуды, головной боли, мигрени, невралгии. Блин, а у меня же чел был, чем он болел-то, не помните на прошлом стриме? Ленку смотрящих за районом поставили. Помянем район. Типец. Значит, это правда. Лучшая новость за все ужасное время. Мы знакомы? На самом деле, да. Мы встретились однажды в Нью-Йорке, в Рокфеллеровском университете. Ах да, доктор Типпец. Когда я помогал профессору Карлу исследовать... Коронарно уже... Короче, я читать не буду. Язык в 3 местах сломал уже. В следующий раз я стрим назову «Безграмотный стример пытается играть».
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
I have no time for such triviality, my dear colleague. We're here to save lives.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Коронарное шунтирование.
Good evening, Doctor.
Я могу выговорить,
It's a
конечно.
pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a
Вампир.
the lady who
Та
saved me
женщина,
that
которая
night
спасла меня тогда и
before
исчезла.
vanishing into thin air.
Вы еще разговаривали
I
в
remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
пабе с доктором Свонси.
Indeed.
Наверно.
Allow me
Позвольте
to
представиться,
introduce
как
myself
подобает.
formally
Меня зовут
this time.
леди Эшбери.
My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you
Я вас
well,
запомнила, несмотря на столь
in spite
мимолетную
of the
встречу.
brevity of our encounter.
Аж я такой красавчик-мужчина, меня не...
taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure
Мне
is
трудно,
mine,
меня легко найти,
Doctor.
трудно потерять.
I hope
Нам
you're
трудно
more
забыть,
disposed
еще
to
как-то
answer
так.
my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first
Меня
payment, but the
интересно,
blackmail
он требует
greedy.
больше, я не могу выполнить
I
его
must
новые
refuse his
требования.
most recent demands.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this
Хуже
matter
всего,
is
что я
eclipsed only by my shame,
компрометирую не только
having
себя,
put
но
the
и
hospital at
больницу.
risk.
Неизвестно
The
ясно
threat from
дал
our anonymous scoundrel is clear.
понять, что у него
A
есть
list
список
of
моих
dates.
визитов, и они совпадают
My
с датами
visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths.
смерти пациентов, погибших
Due
от
to
потери
massive
крови.
blood loss.
Ах ты какая!
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Excuse my impertinence, Your Ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose.
Я появляюсь здесь еще по
Dr.
одной
Swansea has been
причине.
treating my condition
Лечит меня с
with a
помощью
revolutionary
инъекционного метода
technique of blood
переливания
transfusion. It seems you're
крови,
a
а вы, похоже,
specialist in the
специалист в
domain.
этой области.
I'll take care of it.
Я разберусь, подскажите, с
Do you
чего
know
мне
where I
начать?
should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed.
Район доверили, жизнь доверяет. Какие беспечные люди, есть честно пионерское. Мне доверить.
When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Кто-то про кондиционер говорит. Нашли кому доверять. Честно пионерское. А тут со всеми
Good
можно
evening.
поговорить?
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet.
Пипа.
My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings within the hospital?
I don't have time for such nonsense, Doctor. I've work to do.
Are you certain? You seem nervous.
If you have something in mind, just speak up, Doctor. Otherwise, stop breathing down my neck.
Blackmail is a serious matter, Nurse Hawkins.
Everything is serious around here, Dr. Reed. Starting with patients who need me.
Какая вредная.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Какая, однако, да?
It's locked.
It's locked. Не пойму, куда мне идти. Нельзя. Потому что вы не слушаете сказку, а фотографируетесь на телефон. Нет.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect.
Секундочку. Извиняюсь. Чего, проблема? Грустная? Ну, уже грустная. Грустная, печальная игра.
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Какая бабка сразу выгоняет меня, да?
Dr. Reed, you say?
Смотри, какой красавчик
I
с
don't
тобой.
want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Better than any
звук
patient nurse or
поражает.
doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been
Мне
some
муж говорит,
despicable
чтобы этот,
goings
я у
on.
него забрала этот.
Was there a case of
Ну,
blackmail?
колонки, мини какой-то этот кинотеатр, там у него 2 колонки и сам буфер, короче, стоит.
Investigating something.
Чтоб я не в наушниках
This isn't a
фильмы
social
смотрела,
call.
сидела.
One of those incompetent cunts lit a poor sod's fame.
Я прослушала, что он сказал.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. Scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round. The patients and staff might know something. Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory.
Ну вот
Fear and
он,
exhaustion
да,
made me
тот же
say
хочет,
awful
чтобы
things.
я... Сейчас, секундочку. Так, поправлю, чтобы я не
You
слушала.
remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll
А,
talk
это
again
которого мы
later.
спасли, все.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
А, это Пипа опять.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds
И они
some
явно
happiness
ее
where
не
she
любят,
can?
эту женщину.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Дороти Крейн.
Good evening, Miss Halcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Have you heard of any blackmailing going on within these walls?
I have no time for mortal games. My secrets
Я
are
в звуке,
beyond
к
their
сожалению, вообще не разбираюсь. Сейчас.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Ох, опять она.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland. Dr.
Thoreau Strickland.
I'm a great
Thoreau
admirer of your
Strickland.
Dr. Reed.
Have you heard any talk of blackmail going on in the hospital?
If you're running some official inquiry, you had better question the patients. They know more than the staff, especially old Miss Jones.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd.
Ackroyd.
Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you.
Так,
What
этот
we
меня
need
не
here
любит.
are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Have you heard about any blackmail going on in this hospital?
Blackmail? Nonsense.
Нонсенс. Нонсенс.
Thank you for your time.
Шантаж в больнице?
Talk later.
Нонсенс. Вы что?
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse
О,
Gwyneth
она.
Banner. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised. I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Переливание, переливание.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need me.
Никто ничего не слышал, никто ничего не видел. Ниже.
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down.
Когда я стала детективом, а?
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats.
Мужик и
Can't
крыс
stand them
боится.
since war, sir.
Ой,
Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend. Where was your friend the last time you saw him?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose. So I couldn't go after him.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. He survived the war together. Oswald is nervous and quite fragile.
Очень нервный.
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Как мне туда попасть?
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Не поняла.
He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him.
Никита, привет. Какую?
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Шипованные пальцы. Я нашла шипованную палицу.
you injured, sir?
Я такой даже не слышала.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay.
Oh, Watford!
I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you. Do you remember him?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
350. Головная боль. У меня нету.
Are you sure you're all right, sir?
Yes, I'll be. As soon as I can see the sky again.
Остался игры не для меня. Совершенно не для меня. Ой, мышку съела. Вообще кто? Сожрал. Собственно, где мне и место, по словам многих. Меня сожрало помойное чудовище. Там еще один, да, стоит? Ладно, гоу сражаться. Да ладно. это? Почему я промахнулась? Нет, Финка, привет! Ау, ауч! Убил. Что это гадость? Помойный монстр. Это что это такое? Помойный монстр. Вкусняшка. Ням-нямка. Ай, что ты сдох? Я не люблю боссов в игре. что нажала. Если вы больны, у вас нет денег, неважно кто вы и неважно откуда, обращайтесь за помощью к Дороти. Никакого обмана, никакой платы, никаких вопросов, просто найдите дом Дориуса Петреску и покажите этот купон. Загрызла.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Lutcher. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Крейн, я должен ее найти. Кто-то насилует виолончель. О! Господи, я тебя даже не увидела. Туда иди. Господи, пристали к бедной даме в переулке темном. Хобби у меня такое, по канализациям лазить. Господи. Шарится по канализации. Люблю я это дело. Эх ты ж, ешь. Я сейчас мартышек своих проверю, сейчас приду. привет. Привет, привет. Мне тут целый район доверили, Люк, представляешь? Целый район мне доверили. Кровушки у меня нету. Он опасный, он 18 уровня. Собой, да. Ау, застряла? Мой район-то вообще хороший. А там вообще район плохой. Янка, привет! Уровень-то надо поднимать. Причем надо поднимать уровень-то хорошо. Укус. Сильный укус. Повышает урон укуса в бою. Мне надо вот это надо прокачать, вот эту штуку. Ладно, пусть так будет. Ой. Янка, как дела? Как дела? Где пропадаешь? ты! В деревне сидишь? О, что там в деревне интересного? Что за деревня? Мы тоже в деревне сидим.
I cannot enter.
Не понял. Дверь заперта. Сломать-то я ее не могу, да? Средства от сепсиса. Давайте создадим переутомление. Сыворотка. Регенерация моментального восстановления. Что с этим делать? Ну пусть оно будет. Обождите, мужчина. Всех сожру. Уже мне тут. Будешь мне тут. Уже мне тут. Так, мне... О, я правильно двигаюсь. Ля-ля-ля-ля-ля-ля. Не такие уж и страшные эти улицы Лондона. поджег! Поджег он меня. Нет, вы видели, он меня поджег. Так. Не туда. Не туда, товарищ Елена. Блин, еще тут трое. Ого! Подождите, я попью? Подождите. Нанес мне удар в спину. Сложный. Какой он сложный. Затянуло. Что-то я с ним это слишком долго затянула. Так. Сюда? Ага.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's black.
Найти Дариуса Петреску. Дариус Петреску.
bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's
I'm
Albert.
doctor.
Remember it. Now bugger off.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
Free? You may soon find out that you have simply traded one set of shackles for another.
Какие-то мокрые банды мокрых ботинок какая-то же
None of
есть.
which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I have a future here.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Все закрыто.
Goodbye, young man. What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man.
Benjamin
I'm Benjamin
Palmer.
Palmer, doctor. No one can help me. Not even you.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
Funny,
Почему он стоит вот так вот шатается, а? Почему?
Woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Мигрантов.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
А у меня нет средств от мигрени.
I will see you later. A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
У меня нет средств от мигрени. Жизнь, привет, привет, привет. Как дела? Ям. Мышка съела. Мне надо в ту сторону, получается, да?
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir.
Какая
I'm
нарядная.
interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic.
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Мошенничество лечить медиков?
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling. Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
А, ну это тот же самый.
Alcohol and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Вот так стоит, разговаривает. Потому что правильно, он пьян. Когда он пьян, он Джеки Чан.
It's locked.
Мне нужно от мигрени. Сейчас, секундочку.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir.
What do you
I'm
want?
Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy
Я
Crane here.
нормально.
Now goodbye.
I'm
Отлично.
afraid this
Хорошо, у меня только это.
Really?
Погода
Well, I'm
бесит. У нас
afraid
второй
I'm
день
going to
дожди
close
идут.
this door right
Это я
now.
сплю.
Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
I must insist, sir. Please let me see Nurse Crane.
I have no time for you, sir.
It's locked, all right.
Так, что мне делать? А что мне делать? Расследовать? От мигрени 100 грамм крови. Бронхит.
Strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nittercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Clayton Darby?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church.
А,
I
ты
swear
тоже
he
в
is
эту игру
tracking me
играешь?
just
Прикольно.
downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barrett. Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have
Yeah.
time to waste with talk, but at this hour
Ну
of the
игра
night, I can hardly
классная, да?
refuse.
Согласись.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane. So the bitch really is a nurse then. Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
О, что-то он ее не любит.
Yes. Those bloody immigrants should know their place, eh? How dare they do a better job than the lazy natives of this land?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like
Dorothea
Dorothea Cranium. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free.
Бесплатные лекарства
I offered
раздает.
to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Вот оно в чем дело.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson's son. A
Joe
colossal
Peterson.
joke at most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Здоров.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
Перевод.
She's a nice
Тутошным.
girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Один говорит, ну, этот торговец-то... Торговец-то, собственно, понятно, потому почему.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like me leaving our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay. Come on.
Я ему это внушила. Он мне с самого начала был без шляпы.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered.
Как ты красиво шляпу сняла.
What could be worse?
Раздевать мужиков — это моя любимая часть дела.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go out more.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
It's locked, all right.
Где фазер?
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whittaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know
Ученый
more about
сразу
her.
говорит,
I don't
ученый,
like the
все,
liberal ideas
ты
of
ближе к
nurses,
погибели.
but I especially abhor that nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the
Она была
communist
коммунисткой,
resistance in her country.
членом сопротивления в своей стране, так что бывает, когда женщину допускает до политики.
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns, should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Моральной устойчивости. Сожрать, что ли, тебя? Ой, да ладно, проповедуй свою проповедню.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
The walls of your home will not protect you.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Хрен что задашь. Не прислали. У тебя уровень-то 50, и может мне, когда я до 50 уровня дойду, мне тоже шляпку выдадут.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
If no one stops it, this epidemic could turn into a scourge. It may kill more people than the war itself.
Yes, this is another kind of war, but just as deadly. History will judge us all for what we did and what we did not.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
I must confess, some of my rational views have been shaken by recent events.
I'll remember to stay away from the district's roughest streets then.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
Ну, я не знаю, почему у тебя так, у меня-то ведь не так.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Твои статьи. Необходимо, господи.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything.
Без шляпы круче? Да ладно.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out.
Друзей и родных у него тоже нет.
He has no relatives at all?
No, except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
За церковью.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Oh.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
О, до свидания, до свидания, до свидания. Так, за церковью он сказал. Как пройти за церковь? Господи. Ну тогда. Кладбище. Обожаю кладбище.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir.
Я поэт.
Richard Nithercott, at your service.
Ниттеркот.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons.
Политический активист.
Activities only require
Для
mediocre writing
коммунистической пропаганды, понимаете? А та была, медсестра, коммунисткой.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy.
Ни хрена они, походу, лекарства не раздают.
The Crane of Whitechapel sounds very mysterious. But sorry, no, never heard of it.
А мне же было вроде средство от простуды.
Tell me, Mr. Nithercott, why seek inspiration?
Поэт ночью на кладбище,
The place
да.
is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the arid hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox, the stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Сразу вспоминается волк из Маши и
On
Медведя.
the contrary, sir, Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear Muse wonderful camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and
Источник доброты и очарования.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But, will she still be my wildflower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Ну я же не только-то, я же нашла его. Что с ним не так?
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
Ну я же все задала.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Что не так? Нашла, задала. Что не так?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Камелия, вот
I
она,
know
камелия.
a stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with it, does it? Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
3500 дают за эту камелию.
Very well. Goodbye.
Ну и до свидания. О. Ого. Мужчина, отстаньте от меня. Так, ты хотелось вот куда-то идти. Найти почтовый ящик. Я не прочитала. Мои горячо любимые дети. Мне так жаль, что у вас несколько месяцев не было вести от меня в Лондоне. Сложная ситуация. Я знаю, что могло касаться лекарственным дураком. Дети, ведь вы еще живете в стране, где идет война. Но я здесь, в Англии, тоже идет война. Война с бедностью и несправедливостью. Это война, в которой... От меня, моих внуков. И помните, что отец любит вас, даже когда находится в тяжелом...
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more
Румыния.
leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Румыния. Он из Румынии. А она, наверное, тоже из Румынии.
You are blinded by your false faith. Imprisoned by your
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
Везет тебе, я отмудох не смогла. Трах тебе, дох тебе, дох.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You
Just
again.
1 minute, please.
Go away.
Sir, wait.
Влад,
Stop this
привет,
nonsense. I
привет,
know Nurse
привет.
Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man? You and
Давай поговорим как мужик с
Alright.
мужиком.
Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction.
Ой, извиняюсь.
All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Можно я так играть буду? Пожалуйста, мне очень так удобно лежать. Вернись в кружочек.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
Ой! Ухо! Ухо!
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength
No.
and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man, who only has memories of better times to cherish.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate your trust.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I
I'm her oldest friend in England.
Надо кофейку налить.
Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
Ну я же так и думала, что они из одной страны.
Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
It is not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. But I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Как крыса сбежал из Румынии.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Он идет за тортиком. Я тоже хочу тортик. Я тут вас обнесу немножечко.
High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying,
Может,
borrowing,
дадите
even stealing.
молока и
There's none to be found,
поцелуйте в
Doctor.
щечку?
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor, none at all.
Будем резать на живую.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor.
Я доктор, я так знаю.
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. The artery. Find the wound.
И у меня сейчас сдохнет.
Source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
A dose of epinephrine now.
Yes, Doctor. lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
Не спасли. Хреновенький доктор из меня. Угу.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty, nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
Стыде и одиночестве.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
А, она хочет ее разэтовать. Ну, я понял. Какая коварная тетка, оказывается.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Я тебя съем. Вы забудете обо всем, что произошло. Пощадить. Я закрою на это глаза, но вы подадите в отставку. Объять я немедленно положу этому конец. Сожрать, не сожрать. Я, наверное, схожу пока за чаем, и в процессе подумаю, что с этой собакой делать. Привет. Привет. Как дела? У нас тоже дождик идет. Надоел. В смысле, вот что значит загипнотизируй? Давай загипнотизируй.
Very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadiest streets of your business.
I will never abandon.
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. It's all gone.
Оказался. Эй, парни, до свидания. А ты ее сожрал, да? Я так полагаю.
Good evening, my
Good
dear.
evening. Все закрыто.
Goodbye, Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again. It's locked, all right.
пожалуйста. Ой, я обратно возвращаюсь. А чё, ну, я правильно возвращаюсь, в принципе, там же все закрыто.
Now piss off.
Oh boy.
Goodbye, young man.
It's locked.
Да что ж все закрыто-то? Надо лучше лутаться, наверное, я так думаю, да? Районы, кварталы, жилые массивы. О, Виталька. Привет. Как дела?
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Так, вот тут средства от сепсиса, анемия, простуд, бронхит, пневмония, нейралгия, мигрень. Рецепт неизвестен. Рецепт неизвестен. Понятно. Не теряйте контроль над собой, позволяйте зверю управлять вами. Зверь телепортируется ко всем окружающим, яростно атакует их. Наука. 3 сыворотки. Кинопремьер что смотрели? Какие фильмы смотрели? А мы тут людей жрем. Ну как жрем? Так. В смысле пропавший В смысле пропавший горожанин? Ну и как тебе фильмы? Как я могу туда пройти? Боевка тут, конечно, пипец. Где еще один? Вампур. все сдохли. Что тут я должна увидеть? Тетенька какая-то. Копил за Бэтмена, а теперь задумался. Ну, Джокер такой фильм, конечно. Для меня он показался сложный. Я над ним, наверное, думала неделю. Ну, оно 2, это оно 2. Я... любить ужастики. В смысле состояние стабильное? Я всего лишь ушла на чуть-чуть, а тут состояние стабильное. Почему у Лёхи должен нимб светиться над небом, над ником?
It's locked, all right.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
You killed him. He trusted you. And you killed him.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmail.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady. The blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Говори хорошо, пиво одобряю.
You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires or your current situation, I will be glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
Мне сейчас почему-то Лёшкины слова вспомнились. Кто там виолончель насилует?
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stone?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Skulls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round. Vampires.
What type of vampire is a Skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well, but I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head.
Oh, it's talking
Is this
in
some
my
kind
head.
of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Не поняла?
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
Me? Goodness no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Ekon.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we
Все
are
забудьте, все не значит, все
How
это.
can I identify us amongst other vampires?
To put it, all Ekon are vampires, but all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide, but you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society, and like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seems they have been recruiting.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Давай, рассказывай нам про нюансы Айкоса. Вдруг я захочу Айкоса.
I've lived in this city for a long
Я, правда,
time.
не могу вот эти все паровые...
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
Что такое глу? Ой, я отсталая. Короче, я...
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient. The flower's dying. It needs water.
Где взять воды? Так я и не курю. У меня муж ходит с этой... Что-то в последнее время зачастила эта трубка такая, паровая трубка. А можно цветок полить, нет? Простуды, от бронхита. А тут чего-то не хватает, КДН. Что-то не хватает. Слабая моментально 60 единиц крови.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Skulls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Ну, у него и по типу вейпа, но только трубка, короче.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Много ходит надо мной, стебет, скажет, на, говорит, затянись, я затянусь, такая... Я как последний туберкулезник.
It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
I have a few leads, but nothing I can share for now. I need more time and more evidence.
I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on the matter.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
But the risk of infection using vampire blood could compound the situation.
I know, but your blood now carries remarkable regenerative properties. With our minds and your blood, there's nothing we couldn't cure.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Так, мне надо сходить на похороны. Веселая игра, да? Погуляли ночью по кладбищу. Сейчас там похороны сходим.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Что у тебя?
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Хоть кирпички, бычки собирать.
Well, long enough to see that the
Виталий,
epidemic
Виталий,
is
теперь
winning.
мы знаем, чем ты на
And
работе
no matter how
занимался.
qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you.
Виталия.
But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, Nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Да закончится, не ссы.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
В режим быстро перекурить. Чё? Господи, какой-то херни нету. Стомбриджское кладбище. Надо сюда идти.
I never thought I would have to attend.
Здесь не хватает карты. Или сюда поболтаем.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway, to remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
Самокрут, все дела. Ой.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
До свидания. Мне на похороны пора. Ой, ну что-то тут не так. А, тут же дверь. А дверь это не открывается.
It's locked.
А все это вредное. Я не туда ушла. Тетенька умерла. чуть не убили нафиг. Козлы. Лёшенька, ты спать, ты завтра на работу, да? Доброй ночи, Лёшка, добрый. Сладких снов. А я жестокая. Ой, а я куда ушла? О, канализация. А что мне здесь надо? Мне не надо в канализацию. Скажет вот добраться в канализацию, я пойду в канализацию. Эти канализационные монстры. Не хочу. Не буду. Да ты забудов! Давай, Виталка, давай. Доброй ночи. Надо тоже идти спать. Завтра мне тяжелый день. Все-таки водка пить, земля валяться. Это вам не хры-мухры. Я дерусь-то намного лучше, да, чем в прошлый раз? Сам себя не похвалишь, никто не похвалит.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun.
Xiaoxun.
Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Зато тетеньку спасли. Сразу разбежались вампиры. Не говори, кстати. прям так до хрена? Очень до хрена. Какой я мощный мужик, я просто кресты ломаю ногами. Воу-воу. Серьезно. Просто все кладбище нахрен разнесла. А чё мне горит это задание «Вдова в беде»? Я же вроде это... Чё с ней не так?
Maybe later. But for now, I need to talk to my husband at the cemetery, Mr. Reed.
It's locked.
Ну, пойдем. А загипнотизировать я ее не могу, да? Она у нее какой уровень-то?
But for now, I need to talk to my husband at the cemetery, Mr. Reed.
3. Ладно, пойду. Чё ж в том закоулке? Почему там их так много? Началу. Чуть моя жопа, лучше бы я на похороны пошла. Убежище.
It's locked.
Ну, я поняла, здесь убежище. Окей. Больше убежишь лучше. Ой, че-то какой-то босс, наверное, стопудов будет на этом кладбище. А прям зуб даю.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Dust to dust. Саня, не надо, это его сестра.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic.
Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Ну тут, конечно, жалко сестру.
If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do.
Почему у нее нормальные глаза, а у меня красные?
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
A vampire crying over the death of a loved one. Sounds like a bad joke.
No, Jonathan. She was your sister. And the pain of her death, the hunger that killed her, will stab at you for years. It's important to cry for those you love.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. and it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
Как бешеная муха летает. Эй!
How is it possible? Tell me. Is it so easy to take a life every night and then just smile and nod at those you spared?
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries. And time has taught me to
Не
deal
первый
with
век,
guilt,
сколько ей лет.
if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace.
Мы это день рождения
Find
будем
the solace you
доченьки справлять.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Что с вдовой не так на этом кладбище? Мэри, прости. Что за бешеная муха летает?
It's locked, all right.
Yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Да, Саш, ей сегодня 7 лет исполнилось, Саш.
Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
Ого.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
пляж. Я на этом, наверное, ребят, пойду баньки. Устал уже, глазки не видят. Все, надо спать и ложиться. Уже. Вот. Так, следующий стрим по вампиру у нас, наверное, будет только в среду получится, потому что все вечера что-то как-то быстро занялись. Вот. У меня все отлично, Серж, все отлично, все. Наигрались, напились крови, все. Пойдем в баньки. Завтра день такой, что... Завтра день такой, что нужно быть в форме, собственно. Я не знаю, я, может быть, с утра буду ненадолго, часика на 2, на 3, ну так максимум. Вот. Потому что я сегодня там, много сделала, а потом я уеду. И до воскресенья, до вечера. Как-то так. Спасибо вам, ребят, большое, что смотрели. Доброй ночи вам, сладких снов. И завтра